It's on Honors Day, not out here in the population. Here. Your time is first among equals. Sit here and think for a second about the thousands of times you started a sentence, when I graduate. Guess what? You have about 3 weeks and that dream's going to come true. In the classic words of a poet from your generation, Drake, started from the bottom, now we're here. Independence is right around the corner. No one jerking your chain about homework while you settle in for the latest Duck Dynasty marathon. No one on your back about hall passes and tardies. No one cares if you wear the same outfit 5 days in a row. Maybe not all of us. It's here. It's finally here. However, even this ecstasy has a few flaws. Turning a paper in for a jump start, using words like juxtaposition and metaphysical, and then being asked to define them, or use them in a sentence. Or, better yet, turning it in with the web address still at the bottom where you printed it off. Taking a first period class where the teacher actually counts tardies, and you're the only senior. Evaluation day for your teacher, and doing more activities in one class than you would normally do the entire semester. Being called to the office and being greeted by the principal, your parents, the SRO, and the video is already running. All terrible events, but like all valleys, eventually there will be mountaintops too. Securing the front row position as the school resource officer applies the Comanche persuasion hold to some unfortunate delinquent. Finally understanding that Coach Jordan has so many personalities because he has not quite yet reached human form. Finding out that Mr. Haney in carpentry, in his spare time, is a children's book author. And spending the afternoon reading such delights as How to Lose a Finger in 3 Easy Steps. Dressing like a serial killer so parents will hide their kids. Or, what decade did this coat come from? Investigating that Coach Sturgill is trying to be a time traveler by drinking 5 5-hour energies at one time and skipping an entire day. Having celebrity Robert Griffin IV visit. And the school almost going to lockdown. Not only that, but that visit cost some of you all closest to Robert Griffin IV a letter grade. Finding out that the new school entrance, commonly referred to as the box, is actually an evil ploy by Miss Hamlin and Miss Greer to practice their mind control tricks on you. Having the opportunity to use Coach Haney's pants as a parachute. Mistakenly thinking that your second period study hall class was going to be at Chick-fil-A this morning. Watching Ben Davenport break up a fight. Numerous times. Finally succumbing to the temptation and climbing into the theater attic, only to find that Officer Ratliff is already up there. Going into a catatonic trance the next time Coach Jordan makes one of his extended announcements over the intercom. And who lets him use the intercom? The build-up, the excitement, the Twitter fights, elbows to the face, preparatory action leading up to the Powder Puff football game, where mild-mannered girls turn into vicious subhuman creatures of mass destruction, and concludes with numerous ambulances arriving at the school, and many visits to Southview Park to settle a few differences. Asking Coach Hilton a question about anything and getting a 10-minute thesis about how you could ask that question more correctly. trying to find out exactly why and explaining the second floor boys' restroom was chained shut. Finally knowing what this earth and theater practice have in common. Death is the only way out of either one. Do not ever, ever, ever miss play practice. Asking Jim Smith a question on National Signing Day and getting asked your 40 time in vertical leap. Can all these frolicking days be coming to an end? Coach Haney has tried to explain to some of you that the gravy train ends May 16th. Welcome to life, nobody cares. Others of you live like you only hear the notorious B.I.G. I love it when you call me Big Pop. The round drop. The show stopped. Everybody is going to get at least one shot, and Marshall Mathers asked if you're going to capture it or just let it slip away. I have no qualifications that entitle me to hand you advice. These quantities of mistakes I've made over my life have provided me with numerous learning opportunities. I do know that the days like today are far too rare for ordinary words, and I will attempt to give it my best shot while I have the opportunity to use this platform. I suppose life could be just a collection of moments. Some moments tell us who we are, and others what we might have been. I want you to know that one moment does not define your life. Your response to these significant moments will show the world what you are made of. After having 13 years, and for some of you even more, of public education inflicted upon you, a major turning point is at hand. Are you wondering what will happen over the next few months? How about what will happen over the next few years? Will you be a major success, an abysmal failure, or fall somewhere in between? Will you ever see all the members of your senior class again? Sadly, the answer to that last question is no. Look around and try to memorize all these faces. You will never see all these same people in the same room again after graduation. Inherently, I am an optimist. My wife calls me a dreamer. She laughs when she says it too. I often look at the world and wonder why things can't be better than what they are. I know in my heart that it's near impossible for one person to make much of a difference, but that doesn't mean we should give up. I know most of you have heard about the man walking by the seashore at low tide, throwing all those stranded starfishes back into the ocean. A passerby asked him if he knew that he couldn't save all of them, so why did it matter? This man responded while throwing another starfish back into the ocean, well, it matters to this one. Like this man, your life will be so full of so many options, and about stuff that you're going to throw away and about stuff that you're going to keep. There are going to be many bumps along this path, and you need to be prepared to ride them out. A huge key is not to focus on the obstacle, but rather your destination. Far too often we let disappointments and the difficulties of daily life dictate our journeys. It's so easy to get bogged down in this mess. It's so easy to follow public opinion and go along with the crowd when we know that that path is not where we need to be. When we rely on other people's opinions for guidance instead of eternal truths, we are treading on very thin ice. Standing on principle when everybody else rejects it, paraphrasing Abraham Lincoln, is about the closest humans can get to divine. We are going to take many missteps. We're going to stumble, and yes, we're going to have catastrophes. In these times, rely on truth. Paul, when he was writing to the citizens of Corinth, describes the battle that takes place in all of us. We are afflicted in every way, but not crushed. Persecuted, but not driven to despair. And struck down, but not destroyed. It's easy to say, but it's really hard to do. But we need to choose the harder right instead of the easier wrong. You do not fully control your fate. You may think you do. But you do control the formation of your character. You will face hard times. You will shed tears. You will encounter adversity. You will be deceived into thinking that if it feels all right, it's okay. However, truth is the only constant you can believe. It takes a great amount of courage to stand your ground when everybody else is falling away. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's being able to act in spite of the fear. Your true value is not based on how much money you have, the house where you live, where you go to college, or who you date. Your true value is determined by how you go about improving lives. First of all, improving your own life. How you inspire others. Staying gracious, respectful, and kind. Decide you will work to make life decisions and not let the world make them for you. I would ask these things of you, that you watch what you say, that you ask great questions to the right people, that you're willing to volunteer, that you believe in something, and that you're a good friend. I would also ask that you make things fun. Keep your sense of wonder, your sense of awe, and your sense of humor, and your sense of honor. Don't grow up too fast. Don't believe that these last 4 years are the best years of your life. Don't stop believing in others, and don't focus on your grades. Someone. I wish for you cold, so you will appreciate warmth. I wish for you loneliness, so you will appreciate your friends. I wish for you love and loss, and then love again. That you find something so precious you are willing to give up your life for it. I wish for you a black eye fighting for something you believe in. Humiliation so you know what it likes to feel to be humiliated. Make new friends. Stop fighting with your parents. Don't text and drive. And leave all the emotional baggage of high school behind. Speak for those too scared to speak for themselves. Pull for the true underdog. Laugh whenever you can, and don't be afraid to cry. Know who you are and what you will stand for. I wish you enough sun to keep your attitude bright. I wish you enough rain to appreciate the sun. I wish you enough happiness to keep your spirit alive. I wish you enough pain so that even the smallest joys will appear much bigger. I wish you enough gain to satisfy your wants. I wish you enough loss to appreciate all you gain. I wish you enough hellos to get you through goodbye. I wish you enough. Parents, my 2 wishes for you: let your children choose their path, and it will always lead back to you. And in the classic words of those wild-eyed Southern boys, 38 Special, hold on loosely, but don't let go. And seniors, I really tried. Bob Seger is hard to let go, man. I like to talk about him. But after the events over these last few weeks, in the timeless words of those boys from Boston, don't look back. A new day is breaking. The road is calling. Today is the day.